Hello, guys. Good morning. So, yesterday we have seen this thing, right? We had seen how we can able to, read the data from a text file, from a CSV file, from a JSON file, from a BigQuery, and from a Parquet file, right? So, if you have a sample of these files, you can able to easily read it and create a P collection, right? So, this is what we have seen yesterday. And today, I am creating a one more Apache Beam session, and here I am renaming it as session 2 writing. Okay, session 2 writing. So now let us try to take a sample data. I'm taking a sample data, guys. So this is mainly we are going to focus on writing it. So first, before that, the very first thing that we do is importing all the modules. So this is what I'm importing the Apache Beam. Then I have a data here. So this is my data set. Okay, you can take this as a data. Okay, and you can see here the data is having this is how the data is. Okay, you can take it like this. So I have a data here, name, alias, age 30. Okay, this is how I have a data. You can think of like I have a data in the form of a JSON format, or you can take the data in the form of any other format also. That is fine. Okay, and once you have the data, if you wanted to write it to the CSV file, first step is I'm gonna create a one more cell. I'm gonna run it first. It ran successfully. I'm creating a one more cell. So this is I'm gonna do is writing to CSV format. So where I'm writing, sir? I'm writing it to the CSV format in GCS. Okay. I wanted to write it to GCS CSV format. Okay. Let us try to do that. So if you wanted to write it to the CSV format, the very simple thing is that first you already know the definition function, right? So for example, if I wanted to write it, 1 minute, guys. First, we are going to define the pipeline object, right? How we are going to define it, sir? So define, so with beam dot pipeline as pipeline. The same pipeline object, I'm going to copy it. I'm going to use it here. I'm going to, sorry, the output, I would say output is equals to, let's start the bracket. Okay, pipeline. And whatever the steps you wanted to mention it, all of those steps you can mention and finally close the pipeline. Okay, so this is how in this one, first I wanted to read the sample data. Okay, so read the source data. Okay, read the source data. How do we read it, sir? So it's a hard coded data. So if I wanted to read it, it is not from any file, right? So if it is not from any file, you can able to read it like this. Beam dot. We are going to create a P collection. Okay, so that P collection is data. Okay, if you let us try to print it and we will see. Okay, let us try to print it and see. Print the data. Okay, because we are able to read it or not, we wanted to check it, right? So for that one, beam dot map something wrong with the connection error. 1 minute, guys. So let me, okay. Is it good now? Print. Okay. So this is how it is. I'm just reading it. I'm just printing it out because I just wanted to see whether I'm able to read it or not. Seems like something wrong. A connection to the Jupyter node could not be restored. Jupyter lab will continue to try to return to connection. Hope you all can hear me, right? Yeah. But, why it is getting failed? Let me run it. Okay, no. So let me refresh it. It's connecting. Something wrong with the connection. Let me stop it and start it, guys. Let me stop the instance and start it. Let me start it. Okay, so I think it is open now. I can take the input data like this, or I can take a data in a different format as well. I can actually take a data of hard-coded data as well, right? So usually we will be having the data in the form of a, you know, CSV kind of a format. If you need it, you can also take the data like this. For example, I can take the data. Okay. You can also take the data like this. Okay, so this is also fine. So you have here, it is a comma separated file. Earlier is also fine, that is a JSON kind of a format. Whatever the format you take it, you can able to read the data from any file. That is also fine. You can able to take the data from some CSV file and read it. That is also fine. Okay, so once you read it, so I wanted to print it here. Okay, we had print the data. We wanted to print it, whether we are able to load the data or not. We will check it first. Theme dot map print to print the data, and here I would just say this one. Okay, and I will just enter it. Okay, sorry, I will just enter it. This is red, and this is Apache Beam has no attribute create. I think let me see, create, yeah. Okay, yeah, it is, but beam.io is, I think I should mention some /n while reading it. Okay, I think I will mention that while reading the data. It's making some splitting issue. So here you can see /n it is. So let me split because we should make this understand that each line is splitted by this line. So that's what I'm doing it. Let us see whether it will work or not. Yeah, it's perfect. Right. So while you are reading the data from this one, so that's what. See, usually you don't read the data from a sample data like this. You will be having some kind of a file and you will be reading the data from there. Okay, you will be reading the data from there, whether it is a CSV file or a JSON file, whatever it is, you will be reading it. Okay, so that's what. Even now I have taken like this, but tomorrow you will be taking the data in a different format as well, right? So that is like maybe a JSON format. Okay, you will be reading the data in the JSON format, and you will say, okay, you will be able to read it. So once you have read the data, that's perfectly fine. After that, what I wanted to do is, after that we wanted to, so I wanted to parse the CSV, sir. Okay, so R, we wanted to write it to the CSV file, right? So first step is write to CSV file in GCS. That is our first step, right? Okay, so I'm going to do it here. Write to GCS. If I wanted to write this particular data, this particular P collection, if I wanted to write it, this is my P collection 1. This P collection 1, if I wanted to write it to the CSV file, I am going to write it now. So it is very simple. If you wanted to write it to the CSV file, what do you mention, sir? Okay, so you can just mention beam dot io dot, I think write to, I think let me check, write to text, write to text. Yeah, write to text I can use. Okay, and I will mention the path, sir, the path of my GCS. So let me go to the Google Cloud Storage and open any of the path, and I wanted to store it there. Okay, random data, I wanted to store it here. Okay, I wanted to create one folder. Okay, one folder is write data. Okay, write data is the folder. I want the files to come here in this location. So I'm going to copy this path. Copy this path. I'm going to go here. I will mention gs // this is the path I wanted it to write it to, and the file name I wanted to write it is output.txt. Okay, so let us write it. Okay, first it is txt file. If it is txt file, I wanted to write it in the form of a txt format. Okay, so let me write it. Let me run it. Okay, output it is created, and it should print the because I can't print it. See, I can't print this data, right? See here. So this is p collection 1, this is p collection 2, this p collection 2 I can't print it. So that is the reason it is printing the location where it is where it is actually stored the data. So if I go here and if I refresh this page, we will be having some file, that is this one. You can see here it is created, and if you wanted to see this data, download it. You see here you have name, age, city. So this is how you have read the data from this input data, and you have created a output file. And sir, in the same fashion, in the similar fashion, so I wanted to write it to the csv file. Okay, I wanted to write it to the CSV file. I would just say CSV here, and I will mention here the format is CSV. Okay, I will mention here the format is CSV. Now let me run it. So I think the file was already available for this one. Okay, it is printed. That means CSV also loaded to that particular file. So you see here, this is a text plane. It is also a text plane only, but the thing is that one is CSV, one is CSV, one is text file. Okay, you will not be able to see the difference. You see here output.csv here, output.txt here. Okay, this is a CSV file, this is a text file. Okay, so that is how. And after that I wanted to load it to the JSON, sir. For example, I wanted to load it to the JSON. Okay, so we have written it to the CSV file. Okay, just write text file to the GCS, write text file to the CSV file to the GCS. Both are done. Now I wanted to write it to the JSON, sir. Okay, I wanted to write it to the JSON. So for that one, write to JSON file in GCS. Okay, GCS. I wanted to write a JSON format file to the same input I will take. The input I'm going to take is okay. I can't write it like this, right? See here, if I write it like this, the input p collection will be this one. So which I should not do like that. So in such scenarios, what you have to do is that, okay, what you have to do is that you close the bracket here. Okay, you close the bracket here. So until here, this is started and this is ended. Okay, so that is what, sorry, this is ended. Okay, you can give this as a CSV records. Okay, so this is your input, this is your one entire p collection, and Sorry, guys. Sorry, everyone. There was some internet issue at my end. Hope you guys can hear me, right?
Yeah, yes, able to hear.
Yes. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that, see, I wanted to use this source file to write it to the GCS. Okay, let me do one thing. Okay, I can do one thing because I can create a different P collections and write it. Or I wanted to write it to all formats in GCS. So for that one, I am doing it like this. I wanted to write it to all formats in GCS. So for that one, I have created a source. So this is what it is. I'm reading the source data. I'm creating it as a one entire P collection. Okay. So this is my input P collection, sir. After that, I wanted to write it to the GCS. I'm going to delete these things. I wanted to rewrite it. Okay. I wanted to rewrite it. Now for that step, what I'm trying to do is that I'm going to take the CSV records. Okay. I'm going to take that CSV records and okay. So CSV records is the input to me, and this is my output. Again, the same CSV records I wanted to take, I wanted to consider that as an input to me and writing it to the GCS again. Okay. So this is how it is. Again, I wanted to take CSV records to write it to the JSON file. Okay. Again, I wanted to take the same thing, write it to the JSON. Okay. So I have created a one CSV records of some collection of the data, and I'm using the each time I'm trying to write it to the destination. Okay. So this is one thing for this one. This is one more thing. This is for the, instead of this one, I will make it as text files. Write to text files. Write to text. Okay, that's fine actually. Earlier one is fine. Okay, write to text file in GCS, write to text CSV file in GCS, write to JSON file in GCS. For JSON file, I wanted to do this thing where directly I can't write it to the JSON, sir. First thing, we have to first convert that, or we have to first parse it. Then only we will be able to write it. So for that one, what I'm going to do is that beam.map. Okay, and I'm going to use the lambda function for that. Lambda function, and I wanted to take each row, or I just take X list. I'm using the JSON underscore dumps. Is a one of the JSON dot dumps, I believe. JSON dot dumps. I'm going to convert it into the dictionary and zip it, X dot split comma think this is the one. Let me try doing it. So this supposed to okay. I think this is what it is. So first I am going to parse the JSON file, sir. First we need to parse the JSON file. First we need to convert the JSON file. So this is not writing it to the JSON. This is more of a convert to JSON. Convert to JSON. This is the same step. I wanted to take it. And from here, I wanted to take this thing. Okay. Convert to JSON. And after that, in the same fashion, this is the input to me. Okay, this is the input to me. I wanted to write to JSON now. Okay, I want the write to JSON. Now you can use beam dot io dot write to text, write to text. I can use, and I can mention the path. I can mention the same path. This thing, I'm going to mention it is JSON here. Okay, so this is how I am writing it. Okay, so let me remove this thing. Let me see if it will work. So first thing is this one created using that particular thing. I am writing it to the text file. Using the same thing, I am writing it to the destination of this thing. And using this CSV file, first I am doing the parsing of JSON. Then I am writing it to the GCS. Then this is done. Okay, so this is how it is. Let me see. JSON is not working out. All other things are good. Name JSON is not defined. Okay, JSON is not defined. So let me import the JSON, sir. Import JSON. Okay. You can also import IO, all of those things. We have also imported. You can to run it. So after that, you can come here, refresh it. It's again an error. No. You see here, we have a CSV file, we have a out JSON file, we have a text file. Okay, you can click on this thing. That's a text file. And you can click on JSON. See here, you got the JSON data, right? Name, age, city. This is also we can able to fix it if we wanted to skip the header below. So we can also skip it. See here, what happening is that while reading the data, the header also it took as a column name. So you can also change that. So that is also you can do. Okay, while mention skip header lines is equal to 2. So that is also do. In our transformations, we will do that step. For now, let us not worry about it. Now you see here the data is proper, right? The data is proper. We have converted the data. Okay, something wrong here. Wait a minute. LI is 30, 30. No, 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 no. Something wrong here. It is not correct. This is not correct. Right? This is not correct. Output of the JSON is not correct. So it's supposed to come, the name should come here and alias. The age should come here and the city should come here. Something wrong in our code. Let me try to check it. Okay. So first thing we have taken, Yeah, that is required. Mm, just thinking, JSON.dumps it is working, but just somewhere something is wrong. Why is that so? Beam.pipeline CSV records. I'm reading the data properly. Okay. And after I can actually print it here so that I can able to check it how it is actually printing. Let me check it here. We don't need to mention sometimes. If you don't want to mention the description, you can also don't need to mention it. It's your choice. Okay. But mentioning the descriptions will actually something wrong here. This error we did not find it. Split has no output convert to JSON. Okay. Oh, earlier we did not face this issue. Okay, let me remove it. Anyway, it's reading it properly. That's it. Let me first. Okay, 1 minute, guys. So let us try to do that. First, let me try running it. Okay, it's reading it properly. Control Z. You can remove it. Data is proper. That's fine. And I think there is some problem with this convert function only. Let us try to do it. So for converting the data, lambda x json.dumps dictionary zipdex dot split. Okay, and we need to split it based on the special line, I guess. Okay, it's not comma. I think it's slash n, and I think we should also split it based on the comma. That is also fine. Both the things we have to do at the same time. Okay, I think I will put it here again. Slash n. Okay. And the first row, I wanted to take it as a column name. So that also I wanted to put it here. Comma x dot split. And I think it should work now. The first columns I have taken as a, column names that should be iterable throughout it. So when we convert the JSON, we use the first line of the CSV data to create the dictionary. So for that one, we are doing it. And for each row, we create a dictionary with the values by zipping the header. Then the row of the data gets together. So I think this should work. Let's try it out. 2 and one more is left, 3, and the final one is yes. And let me go here, refresh it. 8, 11, 35. I think it is just refreshed. Let me look at it now. No, it's same. I don't get it why it is same. 8:15. We are able to do it, but it is still a JSON. It's still something wrong with this data. No, it is still problem. I think somewhere something is still there is a problem. Why it is coming? I can't get it. can't get it, guys. So I'm just trying it out, multiple things, but it's not working out. I think this will not suffice. So got split. Max of split. Just thinking why it's not working out. It's writing it properly, but it's supposed to. It's supposed to. This should also change. Yeah. Let's see. It is taken only the columns, but again here only took the first. It's not taking it properly. I'm not sure why it's supposed to come here. Name, 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 name. So that's what I'm just thinking. Why it is not getting it here? So last time also I have told the same thing, but let me try it out. Last time code also I have it. So let me paste it here and try it out. Let me see. Didn't do anything. Same things here. Just a splitting I have mentioned here and using the direct data here. And all other things are same. Let me see. Guys, let us check it out. It's something it's not working. Okay, it's the same thing. I'm not sure why it is not actually working. So the last time also we faced this issue, we did not look at it. Think I should fix it. Okay. Let me check it Google. Text and all this is working. Just wanted to check it why the JSON is not working. So just wanted to try it out in a different way. I'm going to define some function CSV2. I have wanted to convert this CSV to JSON. Okay. Okay, I have defined one function. I just wanted to use that function properly. Okay, I'm going to keep this function here. This is one function, and map CSV to JSON. Okay, and I think this should work. Let's see. Let's write it out now. Invalid syntax. What is invalid here? Okay, sorry. Bracket close. Return y of I. So for I in range length of I, that's perfect. Okay, I think it's returning. We are returning in the form of a JSON, right? So I think we should do it like this. This value, that value for I in this range. I think this should work. Let's see. No. Return y of I. Not sure why it is not working. Oh, for I in range, right? So sorry, in range. That should work. And list object has no attribute split. List object has no attribute called split. What does that mean? Let me use stripe dot split. Okay. Let me do one thing. Just take this as a. Let me take this entire data. Control X. And I'm going to say data is equals to. We have here the data, right? Data of CSV is equals to data of strip dot split slash n. I'll use this CSV data here to make it more dynamic, okay? And it's this list has no. Earlier it was working. Why is this making an issue now? Let me run it. Let me run it. Okay. 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 Something wrong somewhere in the JSON. List does not have any function of split while running it to the JSON. That's a new error. Hmm. Without split, I can't convert it, right? Okay, guys. So I'm gonna check this out. I'm gonna tell it to you guys tomorrow. Something wrong today, and it's not working out. Let me check it out. Okay, somewhere we are missing something. I'm going to check it out and I'll come back to you. Okay, anyway, the text files and CSV files it is working, and tomorrow we will see the rest of the things. Okay, any questions, anyone? Yeah, we will load the data to the BigQuery also. Yes. Okay, we will see tomorrow.